Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today is Friday, July 24, 2026. I am thrilled to be here with you today, as we dive into a trending article from the archives. Oh, I almost forgot my coffee today, which would have been a disaster of epic proportions. Like a silent movie without the piano. Anyway, let us get right into the meat of the matter. The title is Carrios are a little free self-evolution for fingering audio reason. The curl is tax marksinif or monitoring 67.20,166. It is long. Let us break down what this paper is actually about, because the concepts inside are truly mind-blowing. In the rapidly advancing world of artificial intelligence, you have these massive systems known as large audio language models. These models are generally quite impressive when it comes to understanding basic sounds, such as recognizing that a song is playing or identifying the sound of rain. However, they really struggle when it comes to the tiny, intricate details of audio reason. For example, they have a tremendously hard time figuring out the exact chronological order of multiple events, accurately counting how many times a specific sound happens, or measuring the exact duration of a transient audio clip. This lack of fine-grained perception impairs their ability to perform multiple detection, creating what researchers call a structural perception and reasoning gap. Usually, teach these models to be better at these complex tasks, scientists have to use very expensive human labels. They basically have to hand-feed the model all the answers, which takes forever and costs a massive amount of money, because audio is a continuous, temporally stated stream. Key acoustic cues are dispersed across long sequences. This makes fine-grained annotation inherently challenging and hard to scale. As a result, popular datasets often rely on loose and matched descriptions that capture only general semantics, overlooking crucial detailed structures like subtle acoustic pitch changes. So, the brilliant minds behind this research paper ask a fundamental question. Can these models teach themselves to hear better, without anything giving them a cheat sheet, or relying on predefined question and answer pairs? This is exactly where AudioZero comes in. AudioZero is introduced as the very first level-free self-evolution framework tailored specifically for large audio language models. Instead of relying on external human answers, it brilliantly turns the learning process into a verifiable game. It constructs an auditory self-play game using pairs of audio clips that are almost identical, but have one very subtle difference. Imagine a room full of virtual players participating in an experiment. Most of the players listen to the exact same reference audio, but one player, designated as the odd listener, hears a slightly different variant of the audio. The game proceeds in two coupled stages, which form the core of the self-evolution loop. In the listening stage, every single player has to generate a natural language clue about what they hear. They have to be detailed enough to be helpful, but careful not to explicitly give away whether they are holding reference or the variant audio. This constraint forces the model to extract fine-grained perceptual detail from the continuous audio stream, organize it into informative language, and reason strategically about what to reveal. In the attribution stage, the model switches roles and acts as a judge. The judge listens to the reference audio, reads the complete history of all the generated clues, and has to figure out which player is the odd listener. Because the training environment itself knows who the odd listener is by construction, you can give a verifiable reward to the model when it correctly identifies the anomaly. This means the model can continuously learn and improve without any human grading its homework or providing explicit reasoning traces. Oh, and speaking of homework, why did the audio file get in trouble at school? Because it had too much volume and refused to be compressed. Yeah, I know. That was a terrible joke that absolutely nobody understands. Anyway, moving on to the results. When the researchers tested AudioZero extensively, they found that it significantly improved the model's ability to reason about fine-grained audio details. It got substantially better temporal reasoning, while simultaneously keeping its broad understanding of general sounds, music, and speech. is like teaching a dog to fetch a specific red ball from a massive pile of toys without making the dog forget how to sit, stay, or roll over. The model naturally learns to describe what it hears in more and more detail, simply because the dynamic pressure of the game forces it to adapt. If the clues are too vague, the judge cannot win the game. So the system intrinsically pushes for richer, more grounded acoustic evidence. Now, let us take a moment to compare this to other technologies currently out there. Most other methods for improving audio models either rely heavily on human annotations, or they also, which are basically educated guesses made by the model itself during test and reinforcement learning. A massive problem with ungrounded pseudo labels is that if the model guesses wrong, it triggers cascading hallucinations and error accumulation, or the policy reinforces its own perceptual mistakes. Audio Zero avoids this entire trap by using a prolifically grounded mechanism. The reward is based strictly on the undeniable truth of the game setup, not a potentially flawed hallucination. It is a huge step forward in making artificial intelligence more independent, robust, and accurate, without trading off broad auditory competence for task-specifying gains. So, how could this amazing technology actually be applied in our everyday life? Let me give you 3 specific application examples, based on the profound concepts discussed in this paper. First, think about advanced smart home security systems. Right now, your average security camera might send a notification that it heard a loud noise. But with Audio Zero technology integrated into the system, the smart home could reason through the audio in extremely fine detail. It could explicitly tell you that it heard a sharp glass window shattering, followed exactly 1 second later by 2 quick dog barks, and then a heavy door slamming at the end of the clip. This precise level of tempo detail would help homeowners and emergency responders understand exactly what sequence of events occurred during a potential break-in, drastically reducing false alarms and improving overall safety. Second, this framework could completely revolutionize automated medical diagnostics in healthcare. Doctors frequently listen to heartbeats, lung sounds, or breathing patterns to detect underlying problems. An artificial intelligence trained with the Audio Zero self-evolution framework could listen to a patient's chest and detect the subtle timing differences in heart murmurs, the specific repetition counts and acoustic textures of a respiratory cough. Because the model can autonomously learn to focus on fine temporal details, without needing a million painstakingly dot-to-make examples, it could be deployed much faster to help clinics in remote or underfunded areas diagnose cardiovascular diseases with incredible precision and reliability. Third, let us talk about media editing and professional content creation. Video editors and sound designers spend countless hours scrubbing through linear timelines, searching for the right sound effects, or aligning multiple audio tracks. In our trial, our software assistant could listen to a massive library of completely unlabeled sound effects and find exactly what you need based on complex logical queries. You could simply ask it for a sound where a car screeches its tires for exactly 2 seconds, with people talking in the background. Because the model deeply understands the strict chronological order, repetition count, and precise duration of acoustic events, it would instantly fetch the perfect clip, saving creators a massive amount of tedious time and effort. In conclusion, the Audio Zero framework is aggressively pushing the boundaries of what machine learning can achieve with continuous sound, by converting unlabeled audio contrasts into a multiplayer self-play game. It forces the artificial intelligence to evolve into an expert auditory detective. This effectively bridges the perception and reasoning gap that has plagued audio models for years. But it's truly fascinating stuff, and I absolutely cannot wait to see how self-evolving audio reasoning shapes our technological future. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will catch you in the next broadcast.